Good morning. Just outside of Twin Lakes. Kind of did everything I needed to do in Twin Lakes, so I came out here into this wetlands. And I slept in this morning because I got to cross the outlet to these two lakes before I start climbing. And I didn't really want to do that in the dark. I think it's shallow now. You know, people have had problems earlier in the season, but I think it's pretty good. And of course, as I got out of my tent to pack things up, it started raining, but it's clearing up quick. Gonna be a good day. So here's my crossing this morning that I just decided I didn't want to do in the dark, so I slept in a little bit, but it's really pretty shallow. But I'm still gonna put all my electronics in plastic just to give me a little insurance that if I trip and fall in the water, I don't ruin my phone. But first, I'm gonna have some breakfast. My feet are already soaking wet because the road out here is just a series of ponds. So getting wet is gonna be no problem. So if I'm not mistaken, the first order of business this morning after crossing the creek or whatever this is here, you start climbing. I think it's gonna be a slow morning. So that wasn't bad at all. Knee deep, slow water, beautiful morning. Rain lasted about 10 minutes. So the plan here is to get across that creek and then go up to Collegiate West Trail, which it's got to be at the base of those trees over there. But it's not that straightforward. On Facebook, they all talk about crossing the ford there, but then everything falls apart. I mean, there's supposed to be a road, but there's not, so you just got to bushwhack, I guess, till you hit the trail. So 15 minutes worth of bushwhacking brought me here. But I'll tell you one thing that did help, and it'll have to be another video, is an app I use that some friends of mine who bike all over the world told me about. It's free. Again, I'm not cheap, I'm just frugal. But it'll give you maps of the whole world. And it, unlike Guthook or Far Out, when I'm out there in the middle of that wetland standing in water up to my knees, I pop that thing up and it tells me exactly where this so-called road is, which is basically a couple of tire tracks through some grass. And it brought me right here. So it's worth its weight in gold, and I'll tell you all about it in another video. Now I'm headed for Hope Pass, and I hope it's not as steep as I've heard. I didn't go over it in 99 on the CDT because it was impassable. I went down around the lake. You know, the trail information in those days was slim pickings, but I knew I couldn't get over Hope Pass. Yeah, that's me breathing. I'm just about to the top of Hope Pass. My first snow of the trail. So this is the top of Hope Pass, and it wasn't as bad as it was made out to be on Facebook. I mean, it was well maintained, lots of switchbacks. There were a few places that were like the AT, pointless ups and downs, but it wasn't Everest Base Camp. And as you can see now, it doesn't matter because, as people have been telling me my whole life, I'm beyond hope. Yeah, it's a wee bit faster going down the mountain than coming up. But what a beautiful day. Picture perfect Colorado day. Of course, it's not 2 o'clock yet. The fireworks could still start. So up and over Hope Pass, I saw a ton of people. It's Saturday, but they're all out here practicing for the Leadville 100. And that's 100 miles of running through rocks, I guess, because that's what they're doing. I'm moving kind of slow through these rocks. I don't know how they just bound down these mountains and bound up these mountains through this scree of all sizes, boulders. And I know from experience that they don't give. I mean, those boulders don't give it all there. It's almost like they're made out of granite or something. Anyway, I'm headed for Ann Lake, maybe Ann Lake Pass. There's a German hiker ahead of me, and she was told that it's just a beautiful turquoise lake. It's only about another 5 miles, I think. And I'm going to get at least there tonight. Okay, we're going to call it a day at Lake Ann, what some people say is the best campsite on the Colorado Trail. Just a pretty little tarn up in here. But I hear marmots, and I've heard a lot of people get their gear chewed, so I'm going to sleep on my bed here tonight and listen for chewing. I've had enough chewing this year.